According to WikiLeaks revelations, Dow Chemicals was monitoring and spying on Bhopal activists.
I mean, they can get people's names wrong, for instance, but it's also what they do with the information. And an example I'll give you was something that we did in 2009 with the Yes Men. It was a stunt to produce a bottle of fake mineral water product called Bhopal, but it's spelled B''O''Pal. And we decided that we would challenge the boss of Dow UK to drink some actual Bhopal, toxic Bhopal water in this fake bottle. Seemed like a great idea. And we worked on a kind of pretty much a sort of an escape from cold its level of security up until, the day before we were going out to stay to present this bottle. And when we got there, we found that they'd shut the entire organisation for the day. Now, one, that tells you, as we suspected anyway, they've been snooping around us and they knew what we were up to. But the second, as I say, it makes you question how smart they are. I mean, is that really the right thing to do? And the answer to that is no, because, of course, the airwaves, or the internet, of course, was just alive with this for days. I mean, there was, 15, 20 pages of results on Google along the lines of activists shut Dow down for a day. So, just to conclude, I think it's extremely, it's depressing that a company like this is sniffing around us. And I think that really what we would ultimately ask is, what is the value in that? And how much is it costing? Wouldn't it be better PR just to get out and clean Bhopal up?
Hello, my name is Farad with Khan, and I am from Bhopal. And I was there when the accident happened in 1984. I was 10 years old. And I saw the horror that happened then. And I see the horror that happens now. And I am not surprised at what is happening. I know that Dow is dirty, because this is what they've done to the children of Bhopal. They are a dirty company, and they've messed up Bhopal. They've messed up around the factory. They have made a huge and terrible mess which they don't want to clean up. I am really angry with them, and I'm really grateful to WikiLeaks that they have brought this out into the open. Now what, Dow? Now what?
Another wiki bomb by Julian Assange, the whistleblower exposing how a private intelligence agency was hired by Dow Chemicals to spy on Bhopal activists. Assange revealing a series of emails which, according to WikiLeaks, shows how Dow was carefully tracking every move by the pro-Bhopal groups and using the spy agency Stratfor to analyze the impact of the Bhopal movement. These revelations sparking outrage among activists across the world. These emails exposing Dow's dirty deeds for all to see. But the question is, will this revelation be enough for the British government to finally drop Dow from the Olympic sponsorship? Or will they let the company responsible for the Bhopal tragedy continue unaffected?
The WikiLeaks founder once again blowing the lid off a massive cover-up.
Stratfor set up an international payment laundering network going through the Bahamas.
Julian Assange exposing Stratfor, a private intelligence firm that was allegedly paid by Dow Chemicals to spy on activists.
Through Switzerland and through prepaid credit cards used to pay off its informers in different countries.
The revelation sending shockwaves across the world. Activists outraged at being spied upon.
We are still looking for some form of justice for the Bhopal disaster. In fact, in our case, it's not just a question of justice as an abstract notion. There are still people being poisoned out there. It's a genuine live medical issue. So the big question is, why are they sniffing around us?
They have made a huge and terrible mess which they don't want to clean up. I am really angry with them, and I'm really grateful to WikiLeaks that they have brought this out into the open. Now what, Dow? Now what?
Back in India, Bhopal victims held a protest at the British High Commission, their anger reaching a fever pitch.
We are not surprised at what Dow has been doing because we know the kind of company Dow Chemical is. It's a dirty company. It's a company that puts profit before human lives. And this spying is just another example that how it has been slowly separating one activist after another and, going into their personal and private relationships and what they have been saying about Dow Chemical.
Dow now finds itself in troubled waters, with activists expected to use the revelations to push for Dow being thrown out as an Olympic sponsor. In India, the pressure is on the Olympic Association to take a firm stand.
Letters have been sent regarding Dow Chemicals to the IOC by the President of the Olympic Committee, Ms. Malhotra has sent, and to the Government of India as well. But our interest would definitely not be in not participating.
Despite the new revelations, an actual boycott of the London Games seems to be far-fetched. But as 25th July draws closer, the voices of protest will only grow sharper.
Hours after the WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange exposed the massive Dow cover-up, the man himself spoke to Times Now. Assange slamming Dow Chemicals for spying on activists fighting on behalf of Bhopal gas victims.
Mr. Assange, how significant is the fact that Dow was using Stratfor to spy on Bhopal medical appeal activists?
Spying on Bhopal activists is about as low as you can go.
Yeah.
If we want to look at sort of the ethics of what a corporation does, then working for Dow Chemical to monitor the activities of Bhopal activists trying to seek redress, trying to seek justice on behalf of Bhopal victims is something that is simply so immoral that it speaks to the culture of that organisation and perhaps the culture of other private intelligence organisations. These activists were not merely being monitored just for the sake of it. They will be monitored in order to prevent their campaigns from being effective. So Dow Chemical was using Stratfor as a tool to subvert, to block the campaigns of Bhopal activists in trying to achieve justice for the victims of Bhopal.
But that is not enough. The WikiLeaks founder is on a roll. He has promised that more revelations relevant to India are in the offing.
Is there more information about India in the emails that you've got? Because we only got the press release, but there are millions of emails out here.
Yes, there is substantially more information on India, and we are working with Indian groups to get that information out.
Julian Assange, thank you very much for talking to me.